Hi, I would love to introduce myself. My name is Pedro. I'm Mexican and I am almost 28 years old. And I have a very interesting experience to share with you. In fact, I am also an artist and I do a very beautiful art from Mexico. It's very traditional and yeah, I do it sometimes here in Europe. Right now I'm living in Denmark. I have just gotten married with my wife uh, like 1.5 months ago, and I'm starting my life here in Denmark as a foreigner, and that's a very interesting thing for me to be a Mexican in this Danish society, and therefore I have this experience to share with you. So I had a friend in Copenhagen whom helped me to keep some of my materials from some years back. I was making my art in Denmark. So he gave me a phone call and he said, you know, Pedro, you need to come and pick up your stuff because I cannot keep it anymore here. We are living in some else place in Copenhagen, so I needed to take the train and so on. So I went to Copenhagen and I met my friend and then I took my stuff. And it was rather a very big suitcase and it was not really possible to be carried only by one man. But me as a Mexican, you know, I thought I will just take it. I don't want to be a pain in the ass for my friend, so I just saw the suitcase after 2 years without seeing the suitcase, and it was all of my materials there. So there were some kind of wood stick that I use with some recycled materials. So the suitcase, it rather looked like being a funny apparat. It was not really a suitcase. It was more like yeah, something funny, you know. Not really normal for people. So I took it, the suitcase, and I needed to walk around 500 meters from my friend's place into a train station in Copenhagen called Nordport. So I wasn't really able to carry it because it was way too heavy. So what I did instead, it was just to drag it. So people in the street, you know, when they saw me, they were like, you know, I was making a lot of noise with the suitcase, and they were saying to me like, what is he doing? Of course I'm a brown skinned person, so it's not really common that you see a brown skinned person in the streets of Copenhagen dragging a suitcase. Why would a person will be dragging a suitcase in Copenhagen? And then I got to 7-Eleven. I bought my ticket for the station I needed to go to, and after that I walked down the stairs in order to pick up the train. And once I was there, and after half striving, dragging this suitcase, heavy suitcase, then I was staring at the screens in order to know the exact time I needed to take the train, as well as with the number of the train, you know, and all the details that were in the ticket of the train. So I thought, you know, that I was certain about the coming train because I thought, that's the one I need to take. But I wasn't certain. So once the train came, you know, there is these checkers. I don't know how to call them, but these is the people that they check up your ticket once you get into it. And before you get into the train, they will just get out and check that everybody is in the train, so that they can close the doors. So before he closed the doors, this guy came out, and then I used to poke his shoulder. So he just turned himself around, and then he saw me. And then, you know, I just right away was asking him, is this ticket the right one for the train station I wanted to go? So he did not even look at the ticket, and he just saw my eyes and saw the suitcase, and then he says, no. So I was like, okay, how should I take that for, you know? And then he whistled a kind of whistle, and then he closed the doors of the train, and they departed without me. So, you know, I felt bad about it because I thought, fuck, I mean, okay, sorry. I thought, you know, it's not nice that anybody can experience that, but it's not nice for people. So I started to ask people around, you know, is this the right track for the train station I wanted to go? And I think that Danish people, they are not really helpful in that sense, because I don't know why, it might be part of the culture. So I was a little bit, you know, like feeling uncomfortable. And now it became very interesting because there was a Danish family beside me, and they were just looking at me like for a long time, almost since I was since I got to the train station. And this Danish woman, she just came to me, and then she asked, in this way, like she was sneaking around, and then she asked me, "Hi, I just need to know. I want to know. You don't have a bomb in that suitcase, do you?" So when she asked me that, I thought that she was kidding, but she wasn't. I think that she was very serious about the question. And then I just replied her automatically, "Of course it's not a bomb. I'm an artist, I'm come from Mexico, and I have just picked up some of my materials." So meanwhile that dialogue was going on, and other people around us started to come closer. So I thought, oh, this is not good. I mean, now people are going to think that I'm a terrorist, and what is going on, man? So I just told the woman out loud, "If you want me to open the suitcase and show it to everyone, I can just show to you what is in the suitcase. You will just find materials and funny tools to make art with, And then maybe it was her husband, a man, whatever, he came, and then he said, maybe we should call the police, so you will get checked up. And then, I thought, yeah, do whatever you want. That's what I replied to him out loud. Do whatever you want. I wasn't really reacting violently. I just said, okay, if that's the way it is, just get me checked. So the funny thing is that meanwhile all of that was going on, it was very uncomfortable for me to be judged, in that way, because I'm very sure that there is an image of people, or brown skinned people in the world, like people in other countries, they need to be afraid of us. And that is a little bit sad, because I bet my life that if these Danish people or Scandinavian people or European people, whatever, if they go to Mexico, my home country, they will not be treated in that way. I can assure that to you. And I can bet my life that it will be like that. We won't be that judgmental, and that's not nice. So that's my experience. After all, I got into another train, and finally I figured out myself alone that was a train I needed to take. I mean, I just needed to have a chance to take any train in order to get out from that situation. But my question is, what would have happened if I would have been checked up by a policeman? Would I have been caught in jail? Is that even legal? Why would people do that to a foreigner person? So it's just something to share and to become aware of what is going on. Why are we treating people so differently just because a matter of different skin color?